We're going to start off in a seated meditation. So just go ahead and sit on your mat, your legs crossed. And as I mentioned before in the Facebook variation, you can totally put a kind of like a rolled up towel underneath your seat, just to be able to shift your hips a little bit more forward. You might choose to put some kind of support on the outer thighs so that you have really just a grounding sensation, that you feel supported, that you don't have to hold yourself up in any way. All right. So welcome to this mindful meditation with Modo. We'll start off our practice with the meditation sequence. So let's, once you've found yourself seated, take your hands behind you, raise your seat somewhat, and see if you can shift your sitting bones a little bit farther away from you so that the front of your hip bones have shifted a little bit more forward, and that your perineum, your pelvic floor, is a little bit more parallel to the mat. Okay, and that might take a little bit of adjustment. And then from there, we'll simply place the hands onto the legs. Know that it's your choice to place your hands palm side up or palm side down. And then just begin to work in the breath. All right, so although I'll get up, you don't get up. So just working into the inhale and the exhale. There we go. Just want to make sure everything's okay. Feel free to close your eyes. It gives you a little bit more of a window indoors. Right, so with your eyes closed, just start to feel the natural sensation of your breath without trying to adjust it, to alter it in any way. Just take a nice breath in through the nose and exhale freely from either the nose or the mouth. Just like that, take a breath in and a breath out. Again, take a nice full breath in through the nose and a soft exhale as you release the breath. Right, if you haven't already done so, I do invite you to close your eyes. Right, we're a little bit more tuned in when we shut out one of our senses. Pressing your hands into the front of your legs. Just roll the shoulders up towards your ears. Bring your shoulders behind you and then tuck them right down. Right, draw your navel in. And if you could have a window inside to the spine, it's growing nice and tall from your sitting bones all the way up to the crown of your head. And with the length of your spine present, the shoulders stay relaxed. And then really taking note of your sitting bones, feeling them quite rooted into the mat. Really visualize that sensation of the grounding of your sitting bones. Continue to breathe in and out. Eyes are closed. Your sitting bones rooted, grounded. And with the crown of your head drawing you upward, creating a lot of space along the sides of your body. A lot of space for breath. And now focusing on the tailbone, directing it towards the mat. Visualize your tailbone pointing towards your mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Imagine that your tailbone can lengthen growing in towards the mat like a root of a plant. And your tailbone is just grown and pierced the mat, pierced the ground underneath it. It's traveling towards the earth. Continue to breathe in and out. Visualize your tailbone and the grounding, the rooting of your tailbone lengthening even deeper. And now visualize that root, your tailbone, not just being one piece, but starting to branch out like roots do. Know that you're not alone in your practice here today. So those roots, those branches off your roots are moving in all directions. Connecting to the other yogis around you, maybe in your own space or maybe in their own living room far from you. And those roots begin to intertwine, creating a stability, a connection that you feel in the strength of your spine. Relax your shoulders. And let the roots travel even deeper, right to the core, right to the center of the earth. Picturing a light there, so that all the roots can wrap around that light, giving and receiving energy. And then simply beginning to breathe in a little bit deeper. Send the breath into the belly, into the ribs, into the chest. The shoulders remain relaxed. And then a slow exhale. Can you stretch the exhale out so that it's just slightly longer than the inhale? You might take a moment, like a glance, just to notice the sounds around you, right? The ones that you cannot control, you cannot block them, you cannot stop them. Notice them and come back to the breath, to the grounding sensation of your tailbone, of your spine. Try to lengthen the inhale even more. And then slow exhale, draw that out even longer than the previous inhale. Whatever sound you most connect to, the waves, sound of the breeze in the forest, let your breath be a part of that. You might not be accustomed to sitting with your legs crossed for this amount of time. And so notice perhaps any sort of cramping or any sort of sensation. Maybe it's your feet falling asleep. Try not to adjust. I'll give you time for that. Just take a nice big breath in. Move the awareness back to the breath. If you feel your back rounding in any way, press your hands in towards the legs, spreading the collarbones a little wider. Relax your shoulders. let's let our next 5 breaths be the deepest yet. Keep your eyes closed for the next 3 breaths. Sorry guys. All right, one last breath, everyone. Right, open your eyes. Take a nice breath in and out. Bring your hands to your heart center. Push them into each other and draw your navel in, and see if you can draw your pelvic floor up and draw the bottom of your rib cage down. So there's so much containment in your center. Interlock the fingers, raise the elbows up, flip the palms away from you, push your hands forward. As you push the hands forward, notice that the shoulders have creeped up. Let them move right down. Breathing into the space between your shoulder blades. Let's take one more breath here. And now slowly raise your arms on an inhale all the way up to the top. Take another breath in before your exhale. And now exhale, release the arms beside you. We're going to shift the knees towards the back so that we come into a nice tabletop position. Yeah, you may have to tap your feet out. I know sometimes feet fall asleep here. So if you need to do that, just give yourself 2-3 breaths, maybe waking up your feet, shifting your hips. And then when you're ready, find that strong structure, that strong tabletop position. And then together, breathe in, drop your belly, curl your tail up, look to the ceiling. And then exhale into a cat spine, draw your navel in, push the ground away, and really curve towards the inside of the body. And then 2 more just like that. Take a breath in, pull the chest through, draw the shoulders back. And then exhale, push the ground away. Really draw the navel tight in towards the spine. Feel the spine open, chin down. One last one. Inhale to your cow spine. Slowly articulate the lift. And then exhale, everything curls in. Like a little shell, curling right in towards your navel. And then inhale, let's come right to neutral. With your toes curled under, get a little stretch into your feet. And now pick the knees up just as low as you can get them. And then walking the hands forward all the way to the top of your mat, your toes close together. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen from your crown to your tail. And then exhale, fold into, drop your head, let everything relax. Separate your feet a little wider. Ragdoll, reach for opposite elbows. Swaying your body weight into your right foot, into your left. Maybe even bending one leg and then the other, so that there's this natural shift in the body, kind of like when we walk the dog, the heels press a little bit deeper as the opposite knee bends. Shifting your hips, shake your head out. And now let's let go of the elbows. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen from the crown to the tail. Pause here, continue to breathe. Just hold your posture. Think of that table-like spine. Pull the inner armpits down towards the waist, so there's some engagement along the outside of your back body. Draw your kneecaps up, press your heels down. If you need to bend the knees, you can still do that. All right, let's take the hands to the hips. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Let the arms rest down beside you. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Inhale, circle your arms high up overhead. Exhale, dive forward over the legs. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, simple fold, head releases heavy. Push through the feet, inhale, circle, rise all the way up. Hands to prayer, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, circle, reach. Exhale, dive up and out of your hips, even if you have to bend the knees. Inhale, come up halfway, tone the belly button towards your spine. Exhale, soft fold, head comes right down. Inhale, rise all the way up, circle to the ceiling. Hands come to heart center, exhale. One last time, breathe in, reach. Breathe out, dive forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, circle all the way up. At the top, let's interlace the fingers, release the index. Feet get a little closer together. Find your comfort zone. Press right down into the earth. Reach right up through the arms. Take a breath here, lengthen a little taller. And then exhale, pull towards the right. Inhale, rise up about halfway. Exhale, pull a little deeper. Hold here for 1 more breath cycle. Rise to the top on your inhale. Up and over to the left on your exhale. Inhale, return about halfway up, get a little longer. And then exhale, reach a little deeper. One last breath. Inhale, pull yourself right back to the top. Release your arms forward parallel to the mat. Separate your feet so that they are hip distance apart. Pull the fingers forward, let the shoulders come down. Take a breath here. And now exhale, sit your hips low. Powerful pose 1. I'm going to tie my top. Hold your powerful pose 1. Navel to spine. Deep anchoring through the heels as you lift your sternum up. All right, deepen your seat if you'd like to. But do not let your upper body pull way forward. Keep as much stacking over the hips as you can. And now listen up. Keep your left heel pressing into the mat. Keep your legs bent. Just rise up onto the right tippy toes. It's only like a half powerful pose 2. Bring the right heel down. Press into the right heel. Lift your left heel up. Lower the left heel. Pick the right heel up. Lower the right heel, left heel high. So getting the feet used to being open. All right, you can continue that way, especially if it's harder at home to balance onto the toes. Or try to lift both heels at the same time. Powerful pose 2, nothing's changed in the energy of the arms. Heels are lifted to their highest height. And now imagine that it's your tailbone once again rooting towards the earth. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Press your hands into each other. Bring your left heel to the mat. Keep your left leg bent and pick your right knee up high. Setting up for eagle pose through the legs. Wrap your thighs together. Feel your chest lifted. Inhale, circle the arms right up overhead. Right arm sweeps underneath the left. Pressing palms or resting hands on shoulders. Both are excellent options. Coming back to that nice long spine. Bring your weight into your left heel. One more breath. We're going to keep the left leg bent. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring your hands to prayer. Step your right foot down. Both legs are bent. Come up onto left tippy toes. We're going to set up that eagle pose on the other side. Lift the left foot high. Right leg is bent, so there's that sweet little shelf. Wrap your thighs tight. Once you have that stability, inhale, circle high. Left arm rotates underneath the right. Find the bind through the arms. Think about your breath. Everything's growing a little longer. And through the exhale, there's a little bit more grounding into the foot. Navel to spine, there's some grounding action there. Smooth the breath out. Let's take one more. All right. Release the arms first. Take a big breath in. Hands come to prayer. Step your left foot beside the right. Push into the feet, inhale, rise all the way up. Create a nice super long line. Exhale, hands to heart, sit low. You're low in your seat, lift it through the chest, take a breath in. Prayer twist, turn to the right, put your left elbow outside your right thigh. Feel free to modify the posture. We're going to stay for about 2-3 more breaths, so modifying if needed. Maybe you try to dip your hips a little lower, let your left fingertips find the ground, right arm reaches up. Swivel the right rib cage open while keeping your feet, your knees, and your hips straight forward. One last breath. Come back through center, stay low. Push your hands together, push your heels into the mat. Inhale, let's climb all the way up. Reach right up, lengthen right up out of your hips. Hands come to heart, sit low. Breathe in, lift your chest, collarbones wide. Prayer twist to the other side. Take the elbow, modify. Right, and feel free to spread your wings. Can your right fingertips touch the ground? Can your head and shoulders be higher than your seat? Right hip pulls back, a little bit of a weight into your left back pocket. One last breath. Stay low. Sweep the left arm forward, hands to prayer. Inhale, climb all the way up. Eyes to fingertips. Legs are strong. Make a big circle with your hands behind your back. Press your feet down, roll the shoulders down, the heart lifts. Standing back bend, lift your sternum up. Bring your shoulders back and down. Lean into it without losing the strength of your legs. One more breath. Chin comes in. Slowly rise up to straight spine. Listen up. We're going to separate the feet just a little wider, about hip distance. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Take a moment to roll the shoulders out of the way. Pull your knuckles towards the ground. And now slowly dive over. Legs can be bent. Legs can be straight. All right, once you feel your belly close to your legs, inhale, pull the crown of the head away from your pelvis. And then exhale, deepen that forward fold. One more breath. Shake out any tension in your head, neck, or shoulders. Slight lift of the heart. Release the hands to the mat. Inhale, come up halfway. Push into your shins or thighs. Lengthen. Exhale, fold into. Inhale, lengthen from crown to tail. Bend the knees, plant the hands. We step back to plank. Pause here in plank. Wiggle your toes back far enough. The feet are wide open, the legs are engaged. Push the ground away like you're trying to close a very heavy door. Keep your navel drawn in. Let's tap the knees down, pause. Lift your chest on your inhale. Bend the elbows behind you, lower all the way down to your belly. Once you're there, legs zip together, point your toes away from you. Inhale, peel your chest away from the ground, baby cobra. Exhale, lower, release. Again, inhale, lift a little higher. Exhale, lower. One more time, lift your chest, stay here. Or slide your hands a little lower down your mat into an up dog. Take your time, feel it out. Right, take a breath in, and together through the knees or not, downward facing dog. Take your right leg high behind you. Bring your knee forward, bring your shoulders over your wrist. Step your right foot close to your right thumb. We're going to set up into our runner's lunge. So scissor the feet in towards each other, and then lift your upper body away from your right thigh. Push into the ball of your left big toe. Left leg is fully extended, the inner thigh trying to press up. Right heel rooted, right hip pulls back. So your hip creases, one is west, one is east. Reach the fingers to the back, spread your collarbones a little wider. And then breathing in, reach your arms forward, right up into crescent lunge. Pause on the exhale, hold for one breath. Reach a little higher as you inhale. Let's open up warrior two. Pivot your feet so the heels line up. Arms extend. Right knee over the right heel, but the inner thigh is stretching long. Can you lift the right inner thigh up towards the ceiling? Can you turn your left inner thigh in towards the back body, right kind of towards here? Stretch the arms apart. Press your feet down and imagine that you can hug your feet in towards each other. Bent knee triangle, palms sideways. Pull the right arm forward, place your arm or your elbow. Open up the left shoulder, look to the ceiling, and then reach the left arm up. As you push into the back foot, press your right arm and right leg into each other, and try to stretch the right side of the waist. So pull the the right crease away from the right armpit. Strong through your back leg. We'll hold here for one more breath. Rise back to warrior two, eyes over the right hand, deepen the bend into the front knee. Flip your right palm up, exalted warrior. Slide your left hand down your leg. Reach the right arm back. Listen up, straighten up your right leg. Put your right hand on your hip, left hand on the hip. Pivot your right foot so both feet are aimed in the same direction. To the left, wide-legged forward fold. Breathe in, lift your chest. Exhale, dive over your legs. Land your hands so that they're underneath the shoulders. Right? Press the ground away like you are doing a plank pose even here. Maybe you bend the knees and play with a little bit of cat-cow in your spine here. Right? There's a little bit of cat-cow going on. And then straighten up the legs. Try to lift your tailbone up so that it's a little bit of a cow spine. But like your body is doing a plank pose, hug the belly in, stretch the crown of your head forward, lift the back of your head closer to the ceiling. Don't let your head fall between your shoulder blades. Think about your breath. Hold here for one more. If you have blocks, probably a nice addition here. All right, listen up. Look to your right foot, either bending the knees or simply walking your hands to your right foot. Both feet pivot forward, hands are flat. Take the right leg to the back, you're in plank. But the knees are not, lower right down onto the belly. Inhale, baby cobra, everyone. Exhale, lower. Two more, inhale, lift your chest, stretch your legs. Exhale, lower. One more time, lift your chest, hold. Slide your hands a little lower if you'd like to. Push the ground away. You're in up dog. Roll the shoulders down. Stretch your legs nice and long. Right, take a breath in here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here in your down dog. Right, just like at the studio, anytime you need some water, know that you can help yourself to that. I feel like I could use a ponytail. Hold your down dog. One more breath. Maybe one more. And then together, we're going to take the left leg high. Right, bring your knee forward, really curl the spine, shoulders move over the wrists. Look to your left thumb. Place your left foot right beside it. Runner's lunge, draw your navel in, legs are strong, hips are engaged. And now peel away from your left thigh, let the arms move to the back. If you're a little bit tired, you can place your hands on your left thigh for stability. Right, imagine your legs are scissors, and the scissors are trying to close in. So your left hip crease back, right hip crease forward. Feel so active in your right foot. Stretch the collarbones wide. Feel the shoulder blades get a little closer together. Tune into that lengthy inhale. Nice slow exhale. One more here. Inhale, guide the arms forward, right up over the shoulders, crescent lunge, deepen into the left knee. Hold the pose for one more breath. Inhale, reach up out of your hips. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Fighting with my outfit. Look over your left hand. Feel where you're creating strength in the body, some length through the arms. Lift through your chest, tailbone down. And now try to hug everything in. Arms into the sockets, legs into the hip socket. One more breath. Bend knee triangle, palm sideways. Come forward. Place your arm, your forearm, or put your elbow there. Open up the right shoulder. Stretch and reach the right arm high. Keep that deep bend into the front knee, but tuck the left hip crease in towards you. Lift away from your left leg, reaching a little higher. One more breath. Strong through the legs, press through the feet, come right back to warrior two. Flip the left palm up, exalted warrior, reach up and back. Open up left side body. Go deep into the left knee. Let's get a little relief. Straighten out your left leg. Right? Put your hands on your hips. Pivot your left foot. Second wide-legged forward fold. If the first side was really easy, you could always bring your feet in a little closer together. Breathe and lift your chest. Hinge over the tops of your thighs. Hands come down. Push the feet away to lengthen a little bit more from your crown to your tail. Once you've found that plank in the upper body, if you can keep your spine straight, just start to bend the elbows back. Do not let the shoulders creep to the ears. And once you feel like you can move, walk your hands in towards you. Glue your hands to your mat. And imagine that you had to pull yourself forward. Try to press your inner thighs back. Smooth out the breath. Let's take one more. And if your hands have shifted underneath you, walk them forward again so that they are underneath your shoulders. Maybe you rise up onto fingertips if needed, if you don't have any blocks. Bend your knees or straight legs. Walk your hands to your left foot. Turn your feet forward. Plank in the upper body. Take your left leg to the back. Knees or not, lower completely towards the ground. Tops of the feet down. Baby cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Again, inhale, lift through the chest, shoulders and elbows back. Exhale, lower. One more time, pick your heart up, stay here, or hands lower. Coming into an up dog, roll the shoulders back, stretch through the legs, pubic bone forward. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Let's exhale through the mouth. Again, big breath in. Exhale, sigh it out if you need to. One more. Eyes to the toes. Walk your hands back towards the bottom of your mat. Inhale, come up halfway, lengthen from your crown to your tail. Exhale, fold over your thighs, head heavy. Again, inhale, long spine, lift through the seat. And then exhale, fold. Keep your belly button in, push down to the feet. Inhale, circle out and all the way up. Arms stay high. Palms are facing each other, shoulders are hugging down. Step forward with your right foot. Setting up into our toppling tree, lean forward until you get real light into your left toes. And then begin to sweep the arms to the back as you pick your left leg up. Flex the left foot. Open up your chest. Push your right foot down, engage your right upper thigh. I'm going to do a little bit of linking here. Hold here for one more breath. Keep pressing into the right foot. Draw only the right arm forward, kind of by your ear. Let it sweep you right up. Bend your left leg, dancer's pose, catch your left foot. Let the knees come together. Breathe in, reach up a little higher. Exhale, press down, press back. Tune into the size of your inhale. Engage into the length of your exhale. One more breath. Rise back up on your inhale. Place your left foot down, right arm up. Inhale, step forward with your left foot. Once it gets really light into your right tippy toes, toppling tree, Dakasana on the other side, sweep back, begin to lift your right leg. Flex the right foot, open up your chest. Fold the right hip bone in towards the ground. Focus on the inhales, getting a little bit longer in the body, a little stronger in the exhale. it. Sweep only the left arm forward. Watch with your eyes. Follow the left hand. Come all the way back up. Right leg bends behind you. Catch your foot. Let the knees come together. Reach up on the inhale. Press down. Press back through the exhale. Stay lifted. Dipping only if you really, 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 really want to. Grounded in your left foot. Grounded in your tailbone. One more breath. Slowly come right back to center. Release the foot. This time let both arms come down beside you. Relax your shoulders. Open your eyes. Turn your left knee out wide. Tree pose. Place your foot either onto the right calf. Lift into the right inner thigh. Hands to prayer. Push them into each other so you can lift a little bit more through the sternum. And then feel your shoulders and your shoulder blades wrapping down in towards the back body. Stay or create a different expression through the arms, right through the eyes. Hands come right back to the heart. Pause. Turn your left knee forward, a little pause. Place your foot to the ground. Same thing on the opposite side. Let the knee open. Place your foot at a similar height. Once your foot is placed, hands to prayer. Push into each other. Push your foot and leg. Create that collision so that you get this zipper up feeling. Stay at prayer. Feel free to bring your arms behind you, reversing your prayer perhaps. Whatever expression you want. Let's take one more breath here. Bring your hands right back to your heart. Pause. Turn your knee towards the front. Little pause. Place your foot onto the mat. Turn in whatever direction you want. And then slowly come to lay down on your back. Right, lay right down on your back. And we're just going to take about a 30-second Shavasana right here on the back body. Circle your knees in whichever way. So maybe they both can go the same direction, or one clockwise, one counters as you spin them away from each other or in towards each other. Hands interlace onto the right shin. Stretch the left leg straight to the ceiling. Lower your left leg right down. Wind relieving pose. Breathe in. Exhale, squeeze through. Draw right in. Just like that. Take a big breath in. Let the left leg grow real long. Push through your heel. And then exhale, draw the right knee and compress a little tighter. One more breath. To thread the needle, slide your left heel in. Cross your right foot forward. Let the knee open wide and do flex your right foot. Bring the leg in, use your hands, or if you have a strap or towel, bring the leg in, rest your head and shoulders down, and tuck your chin in towards your chest so the neckline remains long. Roll the back of your hips towards the mat. Lift the front of your hips a little closer to the ceiling. Let's take another 2 breaths. One more. Release the right leg straight up to the ceiling so you can grab onto the left shin, lower the right leg right down, wind relieving pose, push through the right heel, take a breath into the belly, and then pull the left knee in a little closer. Right? Try not to shorten the outside of your left side body. Back of your left hip remains onto the ground, even through compression. Let's take another one more breath right here. And glide your right foot in, thread the needle, cross your left foot over the right, lift up, reach through, catch onto the hamstring, come on down, shoulders away from the ears so the neck remains long. Hips heavy towards the ground, even as you try to pull in. Create a little bit of resistance. If we pull in so much, the bum lifts from the ground. So you got to create that counter, right, by pushing the hips down, pushing the leg into the hands. And both energies work quite equally. More breath. Okay. Let's place the right foot down, left foot down. Walk your heels in towards you. Let the arms be beside the body, hands flat onto the ground. All right, draw your navel in, and let's try to stamp the low back down by pressing the navel in so the tailbone does kind of curl up a little bit. Press into the heels, into the balls of your feet. Keep the navel drawn in. Press your hands and shoulders down. Slowly lift your hips away from the ground. We're just going to work into the core here. Keep your navel drawn in. And now exhale slowly from the upper spine. Keep the navel drawn in. Lower all the way down. Imprint the low back. Once you hit, curl your tailbone down. Keep your navel drawn in. And now curl the low back down, push into the feet, inhale, rise all the way up. Keep the navel drawn in the whole time. Keep the navel in as you lower like a zipper. The spine comes down, even the low back touches the mat. Once you get close to the tailbone, keep the navel in, roll the tailbone down. Right, slowly rise up, all the way up. Push your arms down, navel in, lift. Squeeze your buttocks a little bit. And now if you want, as you lower, let the arms rise up, all the way up overhead. Roll the tail down. Inhale, belly in, low back down, squeeze all the way up. The arms come back forward. Press your hand down, squeeze into the bum. And then slowly lower, lift the arms up, keep the navel in, roll down, one vertebrae at a time, tilt your hips down. 2 more. Navel in, slowly rise, lift the arms up, bring them forward, press down. Keep the navel as you unravel your spine like a ribbon. All the way down, arms up, tilt down. One last one. Press down through the feet, curl up. And slowly lower. Rise this time all together. Arms forward if they're above you. Lift through the feet. Setting up for a bridge pose for real. Either arms beside you, elbows bent. Interlock. If you interlock, you may have to walk a little bit more of your shoulders underneath you. Press the backs of your arms down. Press your pinky down if your hands are interlaced. Lift through the hips. Lift through your chest. Shine the chest towards your chin. more breath in and out. Release the hands, and it's the slowest release all the way down to the mat. Once your hips touch ground, separate your feet mat width apart. Let your knees lean into each other, and then swaying the knees over to the right, over to the left. Go back and forth a few times. And then let's roll onto the right hand side. Put your left hand down to help you onto the belly. Arms reach behind you, interlock by your tail, full locust. Let the shoulders roll open, pull back. Straight, long legs, lift your legs. Hold in full locust, find length where you can, find lift. Stay or bend your legs in towards you, bow pose, knees close together, breathe in, lift your chest, kick back. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Rise on your inhale, lower through the exhale, hands down, push the ground away, child's pose. Hold your child's pose for 3 or 4 breaths. Those of you that rather do a little bit more movement, give yourself 2 or 3 floats. Choosing what's right for you, 2 more breaths. And then 1 more. All right, and let's hold down dog. Actually, if you're in your child's pose, you can hold child's pose. So whether you're in your child's pose resting or in your down dog resting, 2 more breaths. And then come on down onto the knees, onto your hands. Sit onto either one of your hips and let both legs come forward. With your legs stretched to their length, grapple a little bit onto your bottom so you can pull back. We're going to set up into our Paschimottanasana. Right? If your hamstrings are really tight, keep the energy of the feet. Just slide your heels in so there is a little bit of a bend into the knees. Fingertips behind you. Press your sitting bone down. Roll the shoulders down. Lift your chest. And then eyes slightly past your big toes. Start to walk your hands in, hinging from the hips. No roundness in the spine. Right? Once you feel that you've come to your target area, let the arms come forward. Either hands on the outside of the mat. I kind of like to drag them in so that I'm able to stick my tail out and pull my chest forward without letting the shoulders creep up. Maybe you grab onto your feet. Right? There's a big flex into your feet. If you can fold completely in 2, come on down then. Think about always lengthening your upper body along the length of your legs. 2 more breaths. All right, 1 more. Place your hands beside the legs so that you can press yourself up to seated. Roll the shoulders down. You're sitting nice and tall. Those sitting bones are still present. Listen up. We're going to do a little bit of a different twist today. So lift your right leg up. Separate your big toe and the second toe so that you can slip your Achilles heel right between those 2 toes. Right hand behind you. Left arm to the outside of the leg. Now roll the shoulder down. Lift your chest and then deepen the twist. Some of you might like to reach out with your left hand, catch on to the pinky toe wall of your foot, and then pick the leg up, plug the leg into the socket, open up the chest, and maybe even reach the right arm to the back. Continue to roll your sitting bones away from you. All right, let's take one more breath wherever you've chosen to be. Hand down, look forward, place your right leg down. Find those sitting bones. Lift the left leg, slip the heel between the first and second toe. Left hand behind you, right arm outside. So test it out here. Can you keep your spine tall? Is there room for you to reach and grab the foot? If not, that's okay too. Open up the chest. Push your heel away, plug the leg into the socket. Eyes over your left shoulder. Maybe the left arm reaches back. Let's take one more breath here. Hand down, look forward, place your leg down. From there, choosing one of two options. I just looked at the time. Instagram gives me 1 hour, that's it. So I gotta just slip right into the final breath work of the class. So two options. You can choose once again your cross-legged seat or lay down on your back. I'm going to give you a moment to get there. All right, no matter where you are, try to get as comfortable as you can, whether you're seated, whether you're laying on your back. Close your eyes once again. Find your breath. And we're going to play a little bit with trying to take a little bit more control of the breath. We are the master of the breath, so to speak. All right, so listen up. Let's empty out completely, and then give yourself a chance to hold empty. Hold your body on empty. And now inhale to a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold empty for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Slow inhale. Can you extend that 5 to 6, 7, or 8? Hold. When you get to the very top of your breath, hold for an equal amount of time. And then exhale out that same length. Pausing on the empty for the same amount of time. Which one is harder, holding empty or holding full? All right, let's breathe in nice and full. Top of the breath, hold it. Stay with your breath. I just want you all to know that being able to practice with you at a distance gives all your yogi guides so much pleasure. I mean, I wish that you guys stay safe and stay healthy, take care of your loved ones, and namaste, because I think I'm going to cut out on Instagram. Mwah.